Good morning. It's Saturday, December 10th. And most of you know, I'm sure, that we have independent senators. Those are senators who do not belong to a particular party. They run independently of the Democrats and of the Republicans. And up till yesterday, we had two independent senators who caucused with the Democrats. That would be Angus King from Maine and Bernie Sanders from Vermont. And they have now been joined by Sinema of Arizona. She's changing her party affiliation to independent. I'm sure all of you remember how Sinema was Joe Manchin's partner when President Biden was trying to pass some of his large legislation. And it was because of her and Manchin that many of those bills were cut down in size. So she's never really been a true Democrat, just as Manchin has not been a true Democrat. But now she has become an independent. And I don't think she wants to be beholden to anybody. And I base this on some of the things that she has said. Now, normally this would not be such a big deal that somebody switches to being independent. It would be much worse if she definitely switched to being Republican. But where the Democrats fought hard to get a slim majority of one vote when Warnock won the election in Georgia. That was a deciding factor, a major deciding factor in our political landscape. And now, Sinema, by her action, has destroyed the value of Warnock's hard-fought win in Georgia. And I don't know why she's doing this now. I mean, I think she could have been independent and remained within the party, but I don't think she wants to be beholden to anybody. In a 45-minute interview with Politico, she said she will not caucus with Republicans and has suggested that she intends to vote the same way she has for her 4 years in the Senate. Nothing will change about my values or my behavior. But she's not going to caucus with the Republicans, and she's not going to caucus with the Democrats. She's going to be her own independent person and decide which way she wants to go at any given time. That's a tenuous position for any party that's running government, to have a lone wolf out there demanding things. It's critical in our society, in our political process, that people have affiliations and they stand by their convictions. But I don't think that she really has any really strong convictions. From what I could see, she's kind of a loose cannon. So assuming that Sinema sticks to her vow, which I'm not sure she can all the time, the Democrats are still going to have a workable Senate. But it's not exactly what we will call a strong 51 seats. The number of senators is critical when it comes to controlling the committees that operate within the Senate. So she has put some of that in jeopardy. And the other thing is that she has left Joe Manchin with power. Because now if she's independent, he once again becomes that critical senator that can throw the whole country into turmoil. Now, Sinema told Chuck Schumer, the majority leader in the Senate, of her decision on Thursday. But she did not state anything about running for re-election in 2024. She left that up in the air. She hasn't committed to being a senator past 2024. And maybe that's because she recognizes the fact that by turning independent, she's abandoned some of the voters in Arizona who voted for Democrats who voted for her. They might not have voted for her as an independent. So she's holding her future in her hands and refusing to commit to anything except being independent and voting any way she pleases without any party affiliation to give her a hard time. That means she could decide to vote with Republicans. And then it would be up to the Vice President, Kamala Harris, to break the ties. Kamala Harris probably was thinking, I got a good deal, we got a Senate with 51, I don't have to be worried about how I'm going to vote anymore or what I really have to do in the Senate. So this action by Sinema has thrown a monkey wrench into the future of the Democratic Party for at least the next 2 years. out on the GOP side of the aisle during the floor votes. So she really doesn't want to belong to any party. She just wants to swing to her own music, so to speak. And she says she built her political career working not only with Democrats, but as closely as she can with Republicans also. So that's what in her mind independence means. And she feels that she's done a really good job creating bipartisan deals on infrastructure, gun safety, and same-sex marriage. So she's determined just to be an independent, and that has thrown a monkey wrench, as I said before, into the whole political strata in the Senate. No one can really be sure what Sinema is thinking, because she's abandoned a party that gave her a tremendous amount of support when she won the 2018 senatorial race, when she became the first Democratic in 3 decades to win a Senate race in Arizona. So yes, she wants to be an independent, but she's throwing away some loyalty that she should have earned because the Democrats supported her through that one major upset in her career. So I don't know which way she's going to go. I don't think she knows which way she's going to go. She wants to be a loose cannon and hang out and do what she pleases with no party affiliations. And I'm willing to bet that that will not work in her favor in 2024. And she also declared that she's not going to run for president, which I think everybody gave a sigh of relief to that. And she also claimed that she'd like the Senate to be a free thinking place, an environment where people can feel comfortable and confident to say anything and do anything that they believe. And that's a wonderful idea. Except when you're a member of a 100-unit group, you have to stand with something, even though you don't agree necessarily with everything that your associates want to do. There's a time and a place for everything. And compromise is one of the most important features in any representative. Somebody who can recognize the fact that their opinion might not be correct, that their idea might be the wrong thing for the country at that particular time. And one has to be able to bend and work with people. But that seems to be beyond her ken. She wants to be independent, do what she wants to do, not think these through and maybe find out that she's wrong sometime. Would that be a terrible thing, to find out your opinions are bad and wrong? No. So I think she's basically a loose cannon, and she's going to roll her own dice for the next 2 years, and we'll see what happens. And I hope the country can pull itself together during that period of time. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.